What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Colin here, and welcome back to more of the gaming news. Now, last week, I'm sure some of you noticed that I did not put up my video. Last week I got sick, I felt like crap, and I always do this video on one of the 2 days that I have off. Well, it just so happened that the 2 days I had off were the 2 days I felt like crap. So I wasn't putting up a video last week. It would have just been a video of me with just freaking mucus just pouring out of my nose. It wouldn't have been good. So last week I was like, yeah, no, not happening. So obviously I feel better. And we'll get back to our normal scheduled routine. All right, guys. Now, last week, let's see, what have I been playing? Let's see. What the hell have I been playing? Holy crap, why am I blanking out on this? I've been doing more uploads of Fallout 4 Nuka World because I'm trying to get the very last of that up and finished on the channel. Oh, I've been playing BioShock and Dishonored. Those videos have been going up on the channel. I actually finished BioShock. Was it yesterday? Yeah, actually. No. I beat BioShock Sunday night when I got back. So, BioShock is done. Part 10 is up on the channel right now. Part 11 is going to be the end of the game, and then that's a wrap on BioShock. The first one, of course. There's still BioShock 2 I gotta play, and BioShock Infinity I gotta play. But I don't know when I can put those on the channel. Because now that we're in October, October is going to be very busy for me. And then once we get into November, November is going to continue to be busy for me. December we might have... It'll be a little bit of a slower pace month, but again, I don't know if I can fit it in, because as of right now, I think I'm definitely going to have 3 new games in December. I know hold on, guys, I'm thinking about it. Oh, The Last Guardian. That's supposed to be coming out December 6th. Hopefully it does, and it doesn't get delayed again. So we'll have that in December. We're also going to have, let's see, another episode of The Walking Dead Season 3. But there's a catch to that, which I'll get to in a minute. I'll explain. There's going to be another episode of a Telltale's Batman. There's something else in there, but off the top of my head right now, I can't think of what it is. I don't know. Oh, well, whatever. But also, whatever games in November might roll over into December that I'll probably still be playing as well. So, as of right now, I don't know when I can fit BioShock 2 in there to start playing it. Now, the whole thing of The Walking Dead. I was totally pumped for, Season 3 to come out. Well, then there's one thing I didn't think about, and I didn't realize either, which I can't believe I didn't think about it, but I still haven't played Season 1, Season 2, and now they're coming out with Season 3, so I'm like, oh, crap. That's a bit of a problem. I really want to play Season 3 in November when it comes out, but if I haven't played Season 2 or 1, I'm not going to. Yes, I'm going to purchase it, I will get it, but I'm not going to play it until I get caught up with the first 2 seasons to understand what the hell's going on. So, I don't know how or when I can do this. I'm going to try to start getting through Telltale's The Walking Dead. Now, will I get through 2 seasons by the time November comes so I can start playing Season 3? No. That's not happening. I'm way too busy with other games going on. So I will get there eventually, but as of right now, I do not know when I will get to it. I'm going to try to get to it, but I just don't know when I can. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm making no promises right now. I am going to get to it, though. So, all right. Now that we're on Tuesday, this week's still going to be busy. Obviously, BioShock out of the way. I'm still playing Dishonored, though. I'm like, I want to say 6 hours into it, so there's only like another 6 hours left because it's only a 12-hour game. So I should, hopefully have Dishonored beat this week as well. But this week is going to be busy for me because not only am I playing Dishonored, I'm also going to start a game called, I don't know if I'm saying the name right, Origami. It's like, if any of you remember the old game Tenchu, Stealth Assassin, it's very much like that. A different type of art style to it. It's cartoony looking, but it looks awesome. I'm going to be starting playing that. Then we also are going to have Warhammer End Times Vermintide. I'm going to start playing that. And then the really big release is on Friday. Mafia 3. So that's 4 games this week I'm going to be juggling my time through. So this week's going to be busy for me. And it's going to continue carrying on in October. Because we still have another Hitman episode, which should be the last episode we got that'll come out this month. We're going to have another Telltale's Batman coming out this month. We have Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1, and I think that might be it. So you take all those games and, crowd them together in this month. It's a lot for me to be going through. So, like I said, this month is crazy. A lot of games to play through. So we'll see what happens, all right, guys? And then next month, there's still going to be quite a bit coming out for next month as well. So, anyways, enough of my yakking. All right, this is the Gears of War 4 boss on why he loves AA gaming and how indie is a bit of an illusion. Okay, after Rod Ferguson said goodbye to the Gears of War franchise and finished BioShock Infinity in 2013, he had a number of opportunities in front of him, including work in the free-to-play space. He decided to join Microsoft to work on Gears of War instead because the mobile gaming market wasn't his passion. My passion is about the games that make a difference. Games that can make a magazine cover. Games that will move a person and has a meaningful story. It's not a match 3 game, it's less about the distraction. I'm more about the entertainment and immersion as a game maker. There are often reports about the stressful nature of AAA game development. Long hours for weeks and on-end crunch, as it's referred to, is often the norm when finishing off a project. Video game developers are largely non-unionized too, so we have questions why anyone would want to be an AAA developer. For his part, Ferguson said he loves the end product and the quality of it when it comes to the big budget games. He also said he enjoys being around the 300 or so people working at the coalition and helping drive them towards a singular goal. He said it has a tall task to get Gears of War ready for October release, saying the version of the game in June during E3 still required a lot of push to get it done. But the coalition did finish the game, a development milestone even celebrated by Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella. Also in the interview, Ferguson said the indie development scene is a bit of an illusion. You hear people talking about, oh, AAA and crunch. I'm going to go indie. And then you watch the indie films and they're all killing themselves to finish their games. Working 24 hours a day and sleeping in their parents' bathtub. I get that hip thing. I'm indie and I'm my own man, therefore I'm not going to work the hours I used to work when I did AAA. The fact is, if you're passionate about what you do and you believe in what you're making and you want to be the best it can be, you're going to work hard. It's just a reality. It doesn't matter what size what size team you're on. Okay. Ferguson worked on all the Gears of War games at Epic. After leaving Epic in 2012, after 7 years with the company, he joined Irrational Games to help the company finish BioShock Infinity. After development on the game was done, he quit Irrational in April 2013 and announced in September of that year that he would launch a new 2K game studio in Marin, California. However, Microsoft apparently made a better offer, as Ferguson landed at Microsoft in January 2014 when the company bought the Gears of War franchise from Epic. Okay, Gears of War 4 is an Xbox Play Anywhere game, meaning that if you buy a digital copy, you get access on both Xbox One and PC. I just thought that was kind of cool. Give you guys a little bit of read on that. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself a little bit of coffee on here. All right, now I'm hoping there's a lot of people that are totally pumped for Horizon Zero Dawn. I cannot wait to play this game. Now, one of the things that I want to go over with you guys we got the Horizon Zero Dawn's side quest and activities detailed. Now, I definitely know Horizon Zero Dawn is probably going to be a pretty big freaking game. I'm gonna guess like 30-hour gameplay is what I'm guessing. Alright. Horizon Zero Dawn is an action game set in a post-apocalyptic open world where humans have reverted back to a primitive lifestyle and hostile machine-like animals have run amok. And thanks to Game Informer, we know that when it releases next year, there will be oh crap. Sorry guys. My bad. We know that when it releases next year, there will be side quests and activities to complete in addition to the main storyline. In the dangerous world of Horizon, there are specific areas called corruption zones. These are home to some of the game's bigger fights, and you'll want to clear these out to gain some experience and make hunting and exploration easier. Hunting and crafting play a big part in Horizon, requiring you to track down real animals to gain resources and craft new gear, such as a satchel that grants more inventory space. The machine should also be a target of yours, as their parts can be turned into weapons and armor upgrades. And if you feel you're adept enough, you can put your hunting skills to the test with the game's lodges. Hunting lodge representatives can be found throughout the world, waiting for you to accept their challenges. These includes tasks such as killing a certain number of animals with a certain weapon within the time limit. Once you've completed all of their challenges, you gain entrance into the Hunter's Lodge, where you can make your way to the top of the hunting hierarchy. Developer Guerrilla Games described it as a hunter's guild. In addition to the animals and machines you'll hunt down, Horizon World is home to tribes that have their own ways of life in different climates and terrains. You can learn more about each tribe by taking on and completing their specific quest, which should give you insight on how all the tribes view the world, technology, and each other. Lastly, there are spontaneous quests that appear randomly throughout the world. The particular quest Game Informer encountered had them helping an injured man find his daughter's sacred spear, which was given to her by her mother who died. Completing it scored them a spear upgrade that increased melee damage. Guerrilla told Game Informer that there are also side quests that are more story-oriented. In addition to the ones that are focused on combat, you can read about the side activities and more detail. The open world game stars a woman protagonist named Aloy, a character whose personality and looks have been the subject of focus for Guerrilla. She's very curious and determined and wants to explore the world and figure out these mysteries. And hopefully we can give the player the same feeling. You want to know what's out there. You want to discover these new machines. You want to meet the new tribes. That's how we've mostly designed her character. And Horizon Zero Dawn launches on February 28th on the PS4. And it's set to support both HDR and the PS4 Pro. Okay. That takes care of that. And then we just got one last thing to go over with you guys. Let's have some more coffee. I really am super excited about playing that game. I think it's going to be awesome. All the trailers I've seen of gameplay and everything, it looks like it's going to be so much fun. And, I mean, come on. If they put robotic dinosaurs into a game, that's just awesome. That's badass. Oh, and then, actually, I think about on some of the sad news that I did hear lately is that the Assassin's Creed games, franchise, and the Far Cry franchise, actually, from what I'm hearing, are not going to make a game in 2017. They're pretty much putting, I guess, both on hold for right now until they feel they have been revamped enough to release, I guess, is what I was understanding. So 2017 is not going to see another Assassin's Creed. It's looks like it's not going to see another Far Cry either. They're taking a break for a while. The franchises aren't done by any means necessary. They are coming back to them, but just as of right now, they're taking a break on them. Oh, and then also for any of you that are into the if you remember the game Outlast, the scary horror adventure thing that freaked the crap out of everyone. Right now there is a demo that is available on the PS4 network, so if you guys want to play it real quick, it is up and on the PS4 right now. Now, the thing I'm reading is about Ubisoft and the one company that a lot of people are freaked out might take the company over, which is, I don't know if I'm saying this right, Vivendi, maybe that's it. Now, it's about a meeting that they had recently, so I just wanted to kind of go through this with you guys. Okay, so Ubisoft's annual shareholders meeting has concluded. Vivendi did not seek a board seat or propose any resolutions, and Ubisoft desired board members were approved, though Vivendi did cause some turbulence. Today, during our annual general meeting, Ubisoft shareholders expressed massive support for Ubisoft's strategy and management, a company spokesperson told. We remain focused on the execution of our strategic roadmap, which has already proven successful and which we are confident will continue to deliver great results and value for all of our Ubisoft stakeholders. We're also very happy to welcome 2 new independent directors, Frederic Dame and Florence Naviner, who will bring their expertise and know-how to Ubisoft's board. Both Yves Guillemot and Gerald Guillemot were elected to the board, and shareholders expressed massive support for the strategy and the management of Ubisoft, according to the press release. Keep in mind, however, that today's events don't prevent Vivendi from moving forward with a hostile takeover attempt. For the time being, it won't have the influence of a board of directors member over Ubisoft. Following the conclusion of the meeting, Vivendi released a press release entitled "Vivendi is Ubisoft's largest shareholder." In it, it states Vivendi considers that it would be a good corporate governance for it to be represented on the company's board of directors, considering its level of equity interest, 22.8%. It goes on to note that it's abstained from voting on resolutions during today's meeting, casually causing several of them to not pass. This is referenced in Ubisoft's press release, which stated that some resolutions were rejected due to Vivendi's systematic obstruction, impeding the proper functioning of the company, in particular regarding its competitive composition policy for its talents. Vivendi went on to say, moreover, having taken full control of Gameloft, which employs 6,000 people and is experiencing satisfactory growth, Vivendi will pursue its strategy in video games, which complements the content it develops in the fields of music, Universal Music Group, and television, Canal Plus Group, as well as its interest in distribution, FNAC, and audio-visual production, e.g. Benaja, and in Telecomin Iliata and Telefonica. Yves Guillemot. I know a lot of these names I'm probably saying wrong, but I'm trying. Commented on the day's events in Ubisoft's press release saying, "We are delighted by the continued support of the vast majority of our shareholders. Ubisoft is confidently pursuing its strategy of growth and value creation." According to a report by French reporter Chloe Wota on Twitter, the meeting concluded with a round of applause. CEO Yves Guillemot was described as looking very relieved. Okay, now, original story. French media company Vivendi has been making moves to take control of Assassin's Creed maker Ubisoft for the better part of a year now. Tomorrow may prove to be a significant day in that process, as Ubisoft will hold its annual shareholders meeting where Vivendi could attempt to secure seats on its board of directors. According to the Wall Street Journal, a Vivendi spokesperson wouldn't comment on whether it intends to seek board representation at Thursday's meeting. Sources speaking with the WSJ said Vivendi doesn't plan to do so. However, sources indicated to Polygon that not seeking board seats would suggest it plans to attempt a hostile takeover. Since we became a shareholder, we have written requesting meetings, but so far nothing has happened, a Vivendi spokesperson told the WSJ. We feel it would be normal as the main shareholder to have a seat on the board, but we're not in a hurry. And Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot wasn't shy in expressing what he wants to happen, saying, "We won't relax until they sell their shares. The creeping control strategy implemented by Vivendi is dangerous. We think that there's a great risk of shareholders losing value." Ubisoft has not hidden its displeasure with Vivendi's acquisition of shares, a process which began last October when it bought 6.6% stake in Ubisoft. At the time, Guillemot described the investment as unsolicited and unwelcome, and he vowed to fight to preserve our independence. Vivendi has continued purchasing shares. Its stake now sits at 23%, but it has denied that it has immediate plans for a takeover. The company has a history of takeovers, including just recently mobile game developer Gameloft, which, like Ubisoft, was founded by the Guillemot family. Prior to that happening, speculation earlier this year suggested a Gameloft takeover could be part of an attempt to force talks with the Guillemots about a takeover of Ubisoft. Ubisoft have made moves throughout the year to fight Vivendi, Guillemot met with potential investors in Canada to build support back in February, in part because the company would need at least 50% of voters to stop Vivendi from securing board representation during tomorrow's meeting. In July, Ubisoft nominated 2 independent directors for its board in an attempt to stave off a takeover. Those individuals, the Frederick Dame and the Florence Nevener, would be approved during tomorrow's meeting. That would bring the total number of independent directors, those who have no material relationship with the company whose board they sit on, up to 5. Representing the 50% mark Ubisoft had said it hoped to reach earlier this year. Earlier this month, the Guillemots purchased an additional 3.5% of Ubisoft shares, bringing their total to over 12%. Ubisoft itself acquired a major mobile game company, Ketchup. That's what it looks like to me. Ketchup. When it said it makes it the 4th largest mobile gaming publisher in the world in terms of total downloads. Additionally, it announced plans to form a book publishing division which follows its foray into TV and movie production. Earlier this month, Ubisoft hosted an event for the press during which a key theme was Ubisoft independence. Speaking with GameSpot, Yves Guillemot had a good deal to say about the subject, acquiring that a takeover threatens the construction and pillars of Ubisoft and would remove Ubisoft's ability to take the risk and be agile. Okay. I just wanted to read that to you guys and give you guys a just a heads up on what the heck's been going on with that whole situation. Okay, guys. That is a wrap on this week's gaming news. Again, I apologize that there wasn't one up last week, but it just was not happening with how I was feeling. And, like I said, the remainder of this week I will finish Dishonored, but we will also be starting that origami game, the Warhammer End Times Vermintide, and Mafia 3. So, we're going to be busy this month. So like I said, we got those games. Then we still have another Telltale's Batman game, another episode to play. The last episode of Hitman should be out this month. So, and Titanfall 2, Battlefield 1. So, there's a lot going on this month. And then next month, it continues. There'll be another Batman episode. The Walking Dead Season 3. Hold on. I'm thinking. Oh, I'm also getting a game that I just recently found out about called Space Hulk Deathwing. It's a first-person shooter. I watched some gameplay, some trailers on it. It looks badass. I'm going to be playing that in November. Also, Killing Floor 2, November, and Watch Dogs 2, November. So, November is going to continue to be busy. And then in December, like I said, is The Last Guardian, another Batman episode. And I really feel like there's another... Oh, wait. If that game still is on release for December. As of right now, I don't know if it is. But the game called Styx. And the game... what was the rest of the game called? Shards of Darkness, I think is what it's called. That as of from what my knowledge, it's that's supposed to be December, but I don't think it's till like the very end of December. So I guess we can technically throw that into January, because I'll be playing that as well. I want to play that. That looks interesting to me. And all right, yeah, that's it. So finish out Dishonored, start Origami, start Vermintide, start Mafia 3. Yeah, alright. That is it for this week, guys. Do me a huge favor. Slap that like button for me. If you like what I'm doing here, please become a subscriber. I always got content coming out for you guys. And if you want to follow me on my social media sites, the links will be in the description down below. And as always, guys, my name's Colin, aka Mr. Kawa. I want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will catch you guys next week. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Doses.